Long ago and even today, people are fascinated by the stars and just how big space is. They dreamed of traveling to space to find answers about the stars, planets, and the universe. That dream ultimately led to the creation of NASA. NASA means National Aeronautics and Space Administration. It is an agency that's in charge of exploring space and finding out more about our universe. It was born on October 1st, 1958, when the United States decided to create a special team to explore space and build better airplanes. This was during a time called the space race, when the US and another country, the Soviet Union, were competing to be the best in space. The Soviet Union had just launched a satellite called Sputnik, and the US wanted to catch up. NASA brought together scientists, engineers, and pilots to work as a team. In the early days, they focused on learning how to launch rockets and keep them flying safely. They tested engines, studied how things move in space, and built new technology. Scientists and engineers worked day and night, fixing problems and trying new ideas. They also worked closely with pilots who would one day become astronauts. These early missions didn't carry people yet, but they were super important. NASA needed to learn how to send objects into space and bring them back safely. One of their first big jobs was launching satellites, the small machines that orbit Earth. Satellites helped NASA collect information about Earth, the weather, and space. They could track storms, study climate patterns, and take pictures of distant planets and stars. Satellites also made it easier for people to use GPS, watch TV, and communicate around the world. As NASA was getting smarter and more confident with each mission, they started dreaming about sending people into space. This meant they had to be even more careful, because human lives would be on the line. They designed special capsules to keep astronauts safe during takeoff, flight, and landing. Astronauts trained hard, learning how to float in zero gravity and handle emergencies. NASA tested everything over and over, making sure it could all work in space. They also had to figure out how people could eat, sleep, and move around without gravity. At the same time, engineers kept improving rockets to fly higher and faster. Each mission brought them closer to sending humans beyond Earth. After learning how to launch and control satellites, NASA set its sights higher with the ambitious goal of sending people into the great unknown. Into space itself. Early missions, like the pioneering Mercury program and the subsequent Gemini program, meticulously taught astronauts the essential skills to survive the harsh environment, to work efficiently, and even to walk freely in the weightlessness of space. The biggest challenge ahead? A successful landing on the moon. The Apollo program was a huge project that brought together thousands of smart scientists, hardworking engineers, and the powerful Saturn V rocket. The Saturn V was the tallest, most powerful rocket ever built at the time. It was the only rocket strong enough to carry astronauts all the way to the moon. On July 20th, 1969, a day that will always be remembered in history, the Apollo 11 lunar module, named Eagle, gently landed on the surface of the moon. Neil Armstrong, with steady hands and a brave heart, stepped onto the moon, saying the immortal words, "That's one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind." Even the Soviet Union, America's space rival, was amazed by the sight of humans walking on the moon. The astronauts explored the alien landscape, carefully collected precious moon rocks for study back on Earth, and left behind footprints in the lunar dust, footprints that will remain for eons to come. The astronauts returned to Earth on July 24th, splashing down in the Pacific Ocean. The moon rocks they brought back helped scientists learn about the moon's history. Apollo 11 showed everyone that NASA could overcome huge challenges and turn the dream of walking on the moon into reality. It ignited the imaginations of millions, inspiring them to become explorers, brilliant scientists, and innovative engineers. Our curiosity and deep desire to explore pushed us beyond Earth, and it changed how we see our world forever. After the moon landings, NASA kept exploring, but space exploration is risky. In 1967, the Apollo 1 fire was a tragic accident that killed 3 astronauts during a ground test on the launch pad. The fire led to a full review of the Apollo spacecraft, resulting in over 1,000 design changes. Years later, In 1986, the Challenger explosion was another heartbreaking moment when the space shuttle broke apart shortly after liftoff, taking the lives of 7 astronauts. An investigation found that cold weather caused a rubber seal to fail, leading to the shuttle's breakup. NASA paused shuttle flights for nearly 3 years to redesign the shuttle and improve safety. Then, in 2003, the Columbia disaster happened when the space shuttle broke apart during re-entry, and all 7 astronauts were lost. Investigators later discovered that foam from the fuel tank had hit the wing during launch, causing damage that let in super hot air when the shuttle returned to Earth. As a result, NASA stopped shuttle flights for over 2 years to improve safety checks and fix the problems. Each tragedy taught NASA hard lessons and led to better safety systems for future missions. Engineers, scientists, and astronauts continued working as a team, learning from every challenge. Their goal stayed the same: to explore space and help people understand more about our universe. NASA showed the world that even in tough times, science, teamwork, and hope can lead to new discoveries. After every setback, NASA rebuilt, smarter and safer. New designs and safety rules followed each tragedy, making missions like Apollo and the Space Shuttle possible. The Space Shuttle program helped build the International Space Station, a huge science lab in space where astronauts from many countries, like the US, Russia, Japan, and Europe, work together. The ISS orbits Earth every 90 minutes, and scientists there study how plants grow in space, how our bodies change without gravity, and even test new technologies for future missions. All of this research supports NASA's focus on safety and innovation, which drives every mission from Mars rovers to deep space telescopes. Each challenge led to new discoveries and technologies. The journey of exploration never stopped. Today, NASA is pushing farther into space than ever, discovering new places and trying out bold ideas. To explore places humans can't go yet, NASA created robotic rovers to travel across Mars. These rovers help scientists learn more by sending back photos and important information from the planet's surface. In 1990, NASA launched the Hubble Space Telescope. Hubble takes clear pictures of stars, planets, and galaxies. It helps scientists learn how stars form and find new planets. Then in 2021, it launched the James Webb Space Telescope, which is more powerful because it can see much farther and detect heat, not just light. This lets it look at older galaxies and study the atmospheres of distant planets. NASA is also planning the Artemis program to send astronauts back to the moon by 2026, including the first woman and first person of color to walk there. And they're dreaming of sending humans to Mars one day. But NASA's work isn't just about exploring faraway places. Everything they learn in space helps us right here on Earth, too. They study Earth to understand climate change, build better airplanes, and invent tools like GPS and weather forecasting that we use every day. NASA's satellites also track hurricanes and wildfires, helping people stay safe during big storms. NASA's inventions like memory foam in your mattress or scratch-resistant glasses started as space tech, but now make life better on Earth. They even helped design super-fast planes that could fly across the world in just a few hours. NASA's work shows that exploring space and helping Earth go hand in hand, making the world a better place for everyone. NASA's team includes people from all kinds of backgrounds, like women and people from different countries, making their ideas even stronger. They create free apps and games to teach kids about planets and stars. Their work inspires young people to become scientists, engineers, or even astronauts. NASA's story shows that even when things are tough, like failed rockets or big challenges, hard work and teamwork can make the impossible possible. They've taken us from Earth to the moon and beyond, and they're just getting started. Maybe one day, you could help NASA explore new worlds or build a home on Mars. The possibilities are truly limitless.